Oh, well, Aunt Skylar. Word on the street is that you're getting married. Can you confirm if that's actually true?
Hey there, Frank. How's it going? It feels like ages since we last caught up, doesn't it? If my memory serves me right, I think it's been about 3 or 4 years. Time flies, doesn't it?
Oh, well. If you had an ounce of intelligence, you'd realize that I purposely avoided talking to you, okay? Now, let's get back to the real point here. Are you actually getting hitched to someone?
Oh, I had no idea you were intentionally avoiding me. I really thought you were just busy with other things. But to answer your question, yes, it's true that I'm getting married. His name is Gerald, in case you're curious.
Wow, you really think I give a damn about who this guy is? I guarantee he's just another loser like you. Haha! By the way, aren't you already in your 40s or something? Do you need a walking cane to make it down the aisle? I mean, are you even capable of reproducing at your pathetic age? Instead of wasting your time daydreaming about weddings, maybe you should be more concerned with finding a cozy nursing home where you can spend your golden years. It's called reality.
Hold up, what's going on here? What happened with your attitude? Last time we talked, I don't remember you being so disrespectful. Can you fill me in on what's happening?
Hey, you know what? Things have really shifted gears lately, and I've been going through lots of changes too. But let me ask you this. If you end up marrying that guy Gerald, does that mean you'll be moving out for good and waving goodbye to this place? It seems like the usual deal, right? Married women typically stick with their husbands and all that.
Oh, are you referring to the house I currently live in? It's a bit curious that you're suddenly interested in it, but you're correct. I am indeed planning to move into a new apartment that my partner and I recently purchased together. Actually, I'm nearly done with moving all my belongings to the new place. I'd be more than happy if you could come and visit my apartment whenever you have some free time and feel like it. You're always welcome.
Well, hot damn! That's just the answer I was hoping for. Sayonara, Aunt Skylar. Catch you on the flip side.
Hold on a second. Why did you bring up that question? What's going on, Frank? Are you planning something? Frank, are you still there? Hey there, Keith. How's it going? It's your sis, Skylar, checking in. Just wanted to say hi and see how you're doing. Hope you haven't conveniently forgotten about your awesome sister. Haha.
Yo, Skylar, congrats on getting married, sis. Gotta admit, I was totally caught off guard when you dropped the bomb about your engagement, and then bam, wedding bells ringing?
Thanks, Keith. And hey, I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate you holding down the fort and taking care of my place while I was off hustling in another city, building my career. It really means the world to me, bro.
No worries, sis. It's seriously the least I could do for you. Plus, you've been kind enough to let me keep all that money from renting out the house. And man, I can't tell you how much that means to me and my family. It's a game changer, sis. Seriously, thank you.
Oh, by the way, I stopped by my old place to grab a few things for my new apartment, but I couldn't get in. It looks like someone went ahead and changed the lock code. Any idea who would do something like that?
Really? Who would go and do something like that? I honestly have no clue. Did you give it a shot with the code I gave you?
Yeah, I tried using the code you gave me to open the door, but no luck. It just wouldn't budge.
That's definitely strange. Let me head over and investigate what's going on. No need to stress, sis. It could be a minor issue with the lock. I'll handle it and get everything back in order in no time.
Hey, Skylar. What the hell do you think you're doing at my crib? Get the hell out of here.
Excuse me, Frank? What are you going on about? What do you mean, your crib? Are you telling me you're inside my house?
Yeah, I'm chilling in my crib. So what's it to you? Does it concern you in any way, you worthless scumbag? From this point forward, I call the shots in this joint, so nobody sets foot here without my damn permission. You get that through your thick skull, or do I need to spell it out for you?
Excuse me, Frank. I hope you're aware of how disrespectful you're being at this moment. I'm your aunt, a part of your family. How can you say such hurtful things to me? Remember, you're just 16. It's important to choose your words carefully and show respect, young man.
Oh, give me a break, bitch. I know what I'm doing. So what if you're my aunt? Like I give a damn about any of that garbage. From now on, I don't need you or any of those so-called family clowns lurking around me like shadows. I'm sick and tired of this nonsense, got it? Now you can either get the hell out of my crib pronto, or stick around and watch as my crew beat the hell out of you.
Frank, I have to tell you, this is completely unacceptable. Take a moment to really listen to yourself right now. The things you're saying are just awful. I can't believe you've reached a point where you could say such hurtful things. When did you change like this?
Yeah, and what's your point? Like I already said, I've transformed. I ain't that dumb kid you knew 3 or 4 years back, you got it? I've discovered my true calling in life, and it's to be a straight-up gangster. Yeah, that's my destiny. That's what I was damn well born to do.
Excuse me? Gangster?
Yeah, you got that right. I'm sick and tired of that same old monotonous life my parents expected me to lead. And let's be real, I ain't about to become some pathetic loser like you rotting away in that mind-numbing office gig. I'm destined for bigger things, my friend. I'm cut from a different cloth, you dig?
Listen, Frank, you're completely off base here, alright? Being a gangster? Seriously, have you lost your marbles? It's no laughing matter. And what does any of this have to do with you messing with my door lock and sneaking inside without my knowledge?
Isn't it crystal clear yet? This crib is mine. So what's the damn problem with me chilling in my own territory? Plus, like I said before, I'm on my way to becoming a legit gangster. And every boss needs a spot for operations, you dig? And what's more perfect than this joint right here? You've already snagged yourself a new pad, so what the hell do you even need this house for anyway?
I understand. So you're looking for a spot for your crew, huh? But let's be clear, it's legally my house. I own it, alright? So it's not fair for you to just roll in and claim it as your own. Things don't work that way, you know? There are legal procedures in place for buying, selling, or transferring properties.
Yeah. I couldn't give a damn about all that legal mumbo-jumbo. And in case you're clueless, you're talking to the future big boss of one of the most notorious crews in this hood. Sure, it's still my goal, cause I haven't been officially accepted into the gang yet. To earn my stripes, they gave me a new task. Find a new HQ for him. Now you get it? If you even think about reclaiming this joint, I won't hesitate to call my crew and give you a beatdown, aunt loser. Ha ha ha!
I see. Frank, to be honest, I'm disappointed in you. It's hard to believe that you're choosing this path, especially at such a young age. You know what? I'm going to talk to your dad and see what he thinks about all of this.
Ha ha ha! Yeah, go ahead, and do whatever tickles your fancy. You think you can intimidate me by mentioning my old man? Well, here's a newsflash for you. He means nothing to me. Who needs a worthless father when I'm about to become a respected member of the gang? Family is just a joke, especially for someone like me who's destined to rise to the top in the underworld.
Making it big in the underworld? You sound absolutely ridiculous. I can't even comprehend it. Look, I don't fully understand what led you down this path of wanting to be a gangster, but I'm going to talk to your dad to get some answers. And if you're too stubborn to leave my house and insist on taking things to the extreme, I won't hesitate to involve the police if necessary.
What kind of garbage did you just spit out, you insane woman? The police? Have you completely lost your mind? Well, let me tell you something. You messed with the wrong person. I'll make a call to my gang, and they'll teach you a lesson you won't forget. If you dare to stick to your plan of calling the cops, believe me, you'll end up 6 feet under before you can even lay a finger on that phone.
Hey, Keith. So I think I figured out who went ahead and changed the code on my door lock.
You did? Who is it?
Well, believe it or not, Frank just texted me. He claims he's chilling at my place right now and wants to turn it into his gang's headquarters. Can you imagine that?
Wait, what? His gang's headquarters? That's news to me. I mean, seriously, what's going on inside that boy's head? It's like a whole new level of crazy.
Honestly, I was just as taken aback as you are right now when I first found out about it. His text messages make it clear that he's dead serious about this. I had a hunch something was off when he started asking about my wedding and whether I planned to move out of my house after getting married. But I never anticipated him going to such extremes, claiming my house as his own and turning it into some headquarters for him and his gangster buddies.
Oh, Skylar, I'm really sorry. It's true that he has displayed some strange behavior in the past few years, but I had no idea it had escalated to this point. I blame myself. I should have been more vigilant and kept a closer eye on him. Should have paid more attention to his changing attitude. I guess I was too absorbed in my work and failed to notice all the alarming signs he had been showing all this time.
I know. It can be tough to balance family and career. We often get caught up and forget what truly matters, our loved ones.
You're absolutely right. I've been foolish. Work can always take a backseat because my son and my family are what truly matter in the end.
It's really good to hear that coming from you. But for now, I don't think Frank will be opening the door for me anytime soon, so I'll just head back home. Tomorrow, when you have some free time, we can come back to my house and make another attempt to talk some sense into him. Hopefully, with some time to reflect, something will click in his mind, and he'll realize the gravity of his actions.
Hey, Skylar! What the hell were you thinking, huh? I saw you peeling out in your ride. You snitching on us to the cops or something? I freaking warned you, didn't I? I warned you not to pull some dumb crap like this. Hey, answer the damn phone, you piece of garbage. Alright, fine. You want to start a war with me? You want to know what it's like to have some real gangsters coming after you? Well, I'm about to show you what hell really feels like. But don't come crying to me when you get a taste of it. Just remember, you brought this upon yourself. Just so you know, I've already hit up some of my baddest buddies, and they're on your ass right now. It's only a matter of time before they catch up to you and make you pay a heavy price for thinking you could challenge us head on. Skylar, I bet you're cowering in some dark corner right now, writhing in agony, huh? Well, gotta give credit to my boys. Looks like they really laid into you, didn't they? You're nothing but a pathetic little mutt, and they showed you what happens when you cross me. Now I hope you've learned your lesson and won't ever think about messing with me again, right?
Oh, hey Frank. I actually arrived home not too long ago. Your boys, you say? Are you referring to Colin and Owen? Or should I say Colin the Shadow O'Sullivan and Owen the Viper Fitzgerald? Yeah, I recently had a conversation with them. It seems like they haven't changed a bit.
You... what? How the hell do you know their names? They spilled the beans to you or something? Nah, man. More importantly, how on earth are you able to be here texting me like this? Aren't you supposed to be laid up in the damn hospital by now?
So I suppose you instructed them to tail me and pull off some kind of stunt to scare me into giving up my house, huh? You really think their little display of violence would somehow intimidate me? Well, here's some bad news for you. I happen to know these guys pretty well.
Wait, what? What the heck did you just say? How do you even know those guys? I mean, they're part of the gang I've been wanting to join, and they hold some high positions in the crew. Don't tell me. You're some kind of undercover cop or something, messing with my plans.
Ha ha ha. You've got quite the imagination, Frank. But to be honest, it's quite the opposite of what you just said. Well, between you and me, I used to be part of a gang myself.
Wait, what? No way! That's like impossible, man! You're probably just bullshitting me, right? There's no freaking way this could be true.
I know, it might be hard to believe, but it's the truth. Honestly, it's a dark chapter of my life, a stain that I prefer to keep to myself. Your dad and I had a tough upbringing, you know. Our parents, or your grandparents, well, let's just say they weren't the best role models. Most of the time, Keith and I had to fend for ourselves. I don't want to point fingers, but I didn't really get the proper guidance from my parents, and at some point, I lost my way. I started hanging out with the wrong crowd, smoking weed, selling drugs, and stealing from people. I did it all, and I managed to climb up the ranks. But before I knew it, I ended up in jail, and I thought my life was over.
What? You're telling me you went to jail? That's freaking insane, man! You know what? From this moment on, you have officially become my ultimate idol. I totally look up to you, Aunt Skylar. I had no idea you were so badass and dope.
What on earth are you talking about, young man? Do you honestly believe that going to jail is some sort of enjoyable experience? Do you think getting beaten up multiple times a day and feeling utterly abandoned is fun? Let me tell you, there were some moments when I endured such brutal beatings that my face was barely recognizable. I was on the verge of death. Or more accurately, I came close to completely giving up on life.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, you only get your ass kicked in jail if you're some weak-ass punk, right? When the day comes that I end up behind bars, mark my words, I'll become the kingpin of the whole cell.
But hey, you know what? I met my husband, and he turned my world around. He was there for me, supporting me both emotionally and physically. He slowly but surely transformed the very core of who I am, and ever since then, I've known deep down that my life is meant to be by his side.
Oh, give me a break. What kind of pathetic sob story is this? I thought you had some guts, but it turns out you're just a pathetic little wimp. The gangster life ain't meant for weak-hearted fools like you. Only tough guys like me can handle all the trials and come out on top. I know deep down that I'm destined to be a gangster. So quit wasting my time with your useless blabber, you worthless hag. Your house is mine now, and that's the end of this pathetic discussion.
Alright, so you want to be a gangster, huh? You want to experience the real deal, what it truly feels like to be part of the gang? Fine. Come with me tomorrow and I'll show you the ropes. I'll give you a taste of what it's really like to be a gang member for a whole day.
Huh? Hold up. Really? You're telling me I'll actually get to live the gangster life for a whole day tomorrow? That's freaking awesome, man! I'm so hyped up, I can't even contain my excitement. I always knew you still had that badass side in you, Aunt Skylar.
Frank, what's going on? What's holding you back? You mentioned that you wanted to be a real gangster, didn't you? So why aren't you doing what you're supposed to do?
Hold up, what the hell are you going on about? You want me to get involved in drug trafficking? I mean, smoking weed or shoplifting is one thing, but selling drugs? What's going on in that messed up mind of yours? You're gonna land both of us in jail, you know that, right?
You mentioned wanting to experience something exciting like a gangster, didn't you? Well, selling drugs is indeed a part of their daily life. It's like a routine for them. However, if you can't handle such a simple task, how will you manage when your leader orders you to do something even riskier? Just think about it, dear. It's important to be prepared for the consequences.
Well, you know, I'm just a newbie in this whole gangster thing, still trying to figure things out. It feels kinda unfair to push me into selling these dangerous white substances right at the beginning, when I'm still getting the hang of this mob life. Can't we take it a bit slow, maybe?
I see. So you're feeling scared now, huh? Are you considering backing out? If you want to quit, just say the word, and we can make all of this disappear.
I gotta be real with you. This is nothing like what I had in mind. I thought being a gangster was all about the badass attitude and killer style. But here I am dealing with all this unexpected stuff. It's definitely not what I signed up for, man.
You really don't have to do all of this, you know? Can't you see? Being a gangster is just not a good fit for you. It's not about flaunting tattoos, speaking disrespectfully, or indulging in smoking weed. It requires much more than that. And honestly, you're putting your life on the line by getting involved in it. Nevertheless, if you haven't completely given up on this gangster idea, then please come to the address I provided. The buyer is still waiting for you.
Are you serious? I can't do that, man. I'm not trying to end up in jail, especially not right now. I'm not even an official gangster yet.
So, you want to quit, huh? Well, go ahead and tell me in your own words then.
But I can't just admit defeat right now. That would be way too embarrassing, you know? How am I gonna face Owen and Colin? And what the heck am I gonna tell my boss? If I suddenly drop the bomb on him that I don't want to be a gangster anymore, he's gonna freaking flip and probably want to kill me.
If you truly want to steer clear of this path, I'm here to help you. I can talk to your boss and try to persuade him to let you off the hook. You see, I have some connections with Johnny from my past, and I don't think he'll turn down my request.
Whoa, wait a second. You're telling me you know the gang leader too? Dang, you must have been pretty big back in the day, huh?
Let's just say I had enough influence to be able to sway your gang leader's opinion. Don't fret, I know what kind of person he is. While he may have done things I don't necessarily approve of, he still has some redeeming qualities.
So, you do know the big boss?
Yep. I've never lied to you, have I? Now listen to me. Promise me that you'll never entertain the thought of becoming a gangster again. Promise me that you'll keep your focus on being a stand-up person for your family.
Well, I don't know, man. I'll give it my all to not mess things up, I suppose. Ugh, there goes my dream of being a gangster, flushed down the toilet.
Great! I'm counting on you for it. I know you'll do a great job. When I asked my nephew to do something a real gangster would do, he immediately chickened out. And honestly, being a gangster is serious business. You're always involved in illegal stuff, and the risk of getting caught is constant. It seems like Frank thought being a gangster would make him cool in front of his friends, but it turned out to be the opposite. Most gangsters are forced into that life due to various circumstances, and it takes a lot of guts to break free from that path. After that little test I gave him, Frank realized he just wasn't cut out to be a gangster. He started taking his life more seriously, focusing on studying for his upcoming school exams. Keith, of course, took extra care to keep an eye on his son and make sure he stayed away from any gang connections. Now, 3 more years have passed, but Frank still mentions how I save him whenever he gets the chance. I'm so relieved that my nephew has found himself again. But I'm still unsure about telling him the truth about that white substance I gave him that day. As you might have guessed, it was nothing but flour. Even if he had sold it to someone, he wouldn't have ended up behind bars. For now, I think I'll keep it as our little secret. Gotta maintain some street cred for myself, the former gangster.